another episode of Genshin Impact, yeah, guys. So yeah. So we're gonna continue Heizou hang out, man. And yeah, this is a third episode, bruh. And also, I might be skipping some scenes. If you want to check out some of the scenes, most of the scenes, you have to go back to to the past two episodes. You have to go back to the last episode and the episode before that. So yeah. So, I'm going to. Well, let's play what I said too. I was hoping I wouldn't have to drag you into that. I expected personally that with your help, I might see the photograph at this time. I understand. Tell us about the complete letter. It's from Sandro, the president of Downtown Sandro Detective Agency. Have you seen these matters before? No, you two have some beef. It has to be pretty serious. You can say that. Sandro's consent letter accuses me of abusing my power for personal gain and blatantly concealing the truth behind a Ryuji case from years ago. Do I really seem like the type of person who steals? That definitely sounds like something you would do. Yeah. Hey, don't judge a book by its cover, alright? Let's just go to the detective agency and talk to Simon. And just speak with her to the bottom of this. Well, what happened? Oh. I have to do this. The daily commission, bro. You know what? How about this? I'm actually just gonna change the shit to reason to leeway, bro. The reason why I'm gonna change it to leeway is because I don't really have anything to do over there, so yeah. But time. Oh, you have a problem. See, you don't have any problem. You just want to wander around. But it's the humble Baton Songo detective agency, and I'm the detective. Yeah, we already know your Songo, so yeah. Let's see, detective. I mean, Montez City, I heard of it. It's basically like introduction to like Songo. Get views between 18 to take DC. Well, everything to him. Okay. Alright, fine. Why I said it to either of them of like even though that I still have characters to shit to do with either similar, so yeah. Even though I'm about to go to Fontaine, so yeah, Fontaine I'm about to go to. I said it to Leeway so that the next day, Leeway, in terms of Leeway, I would not have to worry. Basically, I have to rescue Ryuji. Fire and ice. Freeze, fire.
stupid treasure hoards, bro. Can't believe I have to do this mission. This daily commission. Usually daily commissions, I don't really care for anymore because they're just basically the same old shit, and it got repetitive. So I decided to, and not only that, but they're not really important to the story. So yeah. That's why I skipped this shit, because I don't really want to do it. Like, I want to really get back to the hangout event, bro. And story quest and main missions. So yeah. Oh, go. Hopefully this will be the last episode in terms of hang out with Heizou. Hangout event. So yeah. This is Sango talking about you're expecting me? Not really. This is Sango. This is Sango says that's all we're trying to help out. Hey, what are you guys doing? All those teleporters, why are they so close to food? What's that land? And me? I guess this mission event took place when the traveler first steps foot into Inazuma, or at least Inazuma City. Because when you first step into Inazuma, you immediately go to Rito, so yeah. And you're essentially stuck in Rito in terms of Inazuma for a bit, before you're granted access to the rest of the nation, so yeah. Only skipping this because I want to get this out the way. It's not really a part of the story, but of any story, so yeah. See, that shit is complete at least.
Welcome back, Mr. Heizou. I'm glad you're all right. How about some tonkatsu? You must have missed the taste of home after so long.
I think Sango might get pissed off at you, bro. Because remember, Sango and Heizou are basically rivals. Yeah.
Maybe next time we meet, seems like somebody's been expecting me. And I'm afraid they're only going to be disappointed once again.
Well, look who it is. The great Detective Hanging. What nonsense were you talking about just now? I've been worried about you, so much so that I took the trouble to write that heartfelt letter to the Penrio Commission. Well, was it sufficiently flattering for you?
Uh-oh, we're at it again. Let's not waste the traveler's time, Sango. Just tell me, what do you want?
Fine by me. My request is simple. Disclose all the details of the reunion. It's time you stop hiding the truth and let me investigate it thoroughly.
First of all, that case has already been solved. Second, I disclosed everything the police station has on the case. And third...
Enough! You can only overuse me with that. If you don't want to cooperate, I can assure you that I will write more letters to the headquarters of the Tenrio Commission. I will not give up on this case. Oh, wait! Look at him! The fellow who was plants going on there. Howard doesn't have a clue what you two are talking about.
All right. Let me explain. Several years ago, a terrible murder took place in the police station. I was still working at the Tenrio Commission then, and the victim was actually my dear boss. Due to various factors, I was seen to be the top suspect, which is why it's called the Heizou case. Also, Heizou wasn't a part of the police station back then. He was a detective at the agency. Which at the time was called the Bonton Songo and Heizou Detective Agency.
What? That's crazy! Wait, then why didn't we believe?
After the incident, I was quickly convicted and sent to prison. Fortunately, Songo then promptly proved my innocence and caught the real murderer.
But that murderer was actually just a dummy to throw us off. Am I right, Detective Tsukunori?
Songo thought that everything was smoothly, so much so that he suspected the real murderer was someone else. Of course, Detective Heizou was also helping with the investigation, but after a long time, he still came up empty-handed. Later on, he decided to join the police station to continue his investigation on the inside, which is why he left the detective agency.
Wow.
Ah, that's what I thought, too. I was foolish enough to believe that Detective Tsukunori and I shared a common goal, but I was wrong about him. He had no sense of loyalty at all. He just wanted to become an official as a means of gaining fame and fortune.
Come on, stop exaggerating. Let me set the record straight here. First, I joined the police station long after that murder case happened, and it had nothing to do with any inside investigation. That's just somebody's wishful thinking. Second, purely out of curiosity, I did investigate the case later from within the police station. My conclusion was that the suspect Songo had caught was in fact the real murderer. And lastly, when Songo didn't buy my conclusion and asked me to disclose all related case files from the police station, I did exactly as he asked. I didn't hide anything.
Look, he's lying right to it.
That's it. I want this to end once and for all. Mr. Gobler's my supervisor today. They have complete access to all the police station files. If she's willing to help me examine the case and arrive at the same conclusion that I did, then you won't have to doubt me anymore.
Well, huh?
Unless you don't trust the traveler. Come on, say it.
It's not about whether the traveler's trustworthy. I'm just wondering if you will interfere somehow.
The thought never even crossed my mind.
You have to swear that you will not mislead the traveler by any means, and let her investigate the truth on her own.
No problem. Cross my heart, hope to God.
Well, traveler, are you willing to help me with this?
Alright.
Will you agree to re-examine the music case and find the truth? You can bill me later for however much you'd like as compensation.
Songo, really? However much they want.
Money is valuable, no doubt. But pursuing the truth is the reason I started this agency. The music case is the only case I failed to solve. I am willing to give you anything.
No need to go that far. I'll help you for free.
All right. I'm counting on you, traveler. You hear that, Detective Tsukunori? Ha! Now we just need to wait and see.
All right, I got it. No need to keep yammering like that. Just gotta get next door. Come on, let's go back to the police station.
Let's fix them again.
Traveler, I believe you can find out the truth. But Tsukunori is hiding something. I just know it.
Songo and Detective Heizou are both great people. But when they're together, only arguing makes sense.
Oh, suck it up, Heizou.
Damn. only part of the way done, but yeah. See what this case is about. I know, yeah, it's about Ryuji.
Hang out here for a
Shit.
second. I need to go to the archives to get the case from you. For now, why don't you go and chat with your water over there? He worked on this case too back in the day.
Peter, really want me to look into it.
No, you misunderstand. It's not that I want you to look into this. It's just that you're the only one who can. You're the only one I can think of whose Sandra would ever believe. He trusts in both your qualities and abilities. So I hope your findings can finally convince her and put an end to this whole thing. Sure, she's just writing complaint letters for now, but who knows what she'll do in the future. All right, I'll go get those case files. You go ahead and talk to your Rupio Water for a while.
Right. Also water. Let's see.
Oh, hello there.
Heizou sent me to talk to you about the Ryuji case.
The Ryuji case. So you want to reinvestigate that one? That was several years ago now, but I still remember it clearly. It's pretty hard to forget something like that. Yeah, especially when the victim is the head of this police station. His name is Takashi Kasa Isamu, the younger brother of Takashi Kasa Kizumu, head of the Takashi Kasa clan.
That's a tongue twister right there.
He was really one of a kind. Besides just brave and smart. He was much younger than me, and already had quite a reputation. I'm sure he would have gone far in the Tenryo commission, if only he was still alive. Who would have guessed someone was plotting against him?
They said Ryuji is a top suspect.
People will believe anything they hear. Everyone in the police station knew that Ryuji shot Takashi Kasa Isamu as a father.
Wow.
Ryuji was morphing, you know. Before he joined the station, he'd been taking odd jobs in there. It was Isamu who really took him into swing. Ryuji was simple, not particularly bright, but he was very loyal to those who treated him well.
Wow.
He's also hard-working. Isamu must have seen his qualities when he decided to keep Ryuji by his side. Ryuji worked with him for years after that, and was even promoted to be his personal assistant. You really think Ryuji would do anything to harm you?
So, why was Ryuji convicted? He didn't have anything to go back to the state.
Well, here comes the interesting part of the case. Within a week, and before all the loose ends had even been tied up, Ryuji received a conviction. Moreover, it was signed by Madame Kudo's daughter.
What? Why would Sarah do something like that?
What do you think? Water.
I'm getting older now, and my eyesight is poor. I can't see too clearly anymore. Hey, come on, Water. There's nothing to see. It's obvious that the Kudo clan did it. You can't just go around saying things like that with Suki. It was just hearsay. There was no evidence. That's not true. Traveler, you may be unaware that the Takashi Kasa clan has always been assisting the Kudo clan in the Tenryo Commission. But who doesn't want to be the boss, right? And Takashi Kasa Isamu was a key figure for the Takashi Kasa clan to bring down the Kudo clan. At that time, no one was held in higher regard than Isamu. So, naturally, the Kudo clan saw him as a potential threat. Kudo Takayuki must have been planning it all along, that bastard. Takayuki is able to control the Takashi Kasa clan as long as he's in power. But by the time he's behind, Isamu would have been at the apex of his political power, while Nakahito and Kamaji of the Kudo clan would still have been too young. The two of them wouldn't stand a chance against Isamu. You think Kudo Takayuki would simply sit back while Isamu gained traction? So he decided to strike first. You're a youngster and you're conspiracy theories. No, it's true. It's the only way to explain it. Otherwise, why would an impartial person like Madame Kudo-Sara sign Ryuji's conviction so quickly? They had to find a scapegoat to pacify the Takataka clan, so Kujo Takayuki must have told her to sign it immediately. I'm not accusing Madame Kujo-Sara of anything, mind you. I respect her very much. But maybe she had no other choice. What do you know? I'm sure Madame Kujo-Sara must have had her own reasons.
What about the real murderer was later caught by Sango?
I was a forensic, but for working the station named Kiriyama. I have to admit, it wasn't easy to track down. That Sango really is something, though. She caught him without even breaking a sweat. It turned out that after poisoning Isamu, Kiriyama secretly took the poison from Ryuji's foot in order to frame him. Later on, the poison was also found in the forensic office, but that was already after Kiriyama's death. He confessed everything in his testimony. That's right. He hung himself in the forensic office not long after Sango was on his trail. Probably because he knew it was only a matter of time before he would be caught.
Wow.
Of course, he didn't admit whether he had been prompted by Kujo Takayuki. He took the responsibility alone. I said Kujo Takayuki promised him a sizable compensation. After all, Kiriyama had a family to feed. There you go again. Poison poisoned out of thin air. There wasn't any evidence of that at all. Listen, I can almost guarantee that it was the Tatsutaka clan who invited Sango to investigate. We all knew that Ryuji was just a scapegoat. You think that the Tatsutaka clan wouldn't figure that out? They're not stupid. So, they were suspicious of the Kujo clan and invited Sango to take the case. However, the Kujo clan was still a step ahead and were able to remove themselves from the situation before the whole thing blew up. They broke Kiriyama to take all the blame as well as his own life. A perfectly clean cut for the Kujo clan.
Right.
Kiriyama's dead. There was no one left to testify. Even the Electro Archon herself wouldn't be able to do anything. You make up stuff faster than a politician.
Wow.
No wonder nobody's asked you to be his advisor yet.
For real.
Hey, that's their loss. Hey, how about the file? I bet you got quite an earful just now, huh? But don't believe everything they say. After all, people can tell you anything. And it's hard to separate truth from rumor without facts. So what really matters is the police file. Everything laid out here is all that the police station has about the case. Please, take a look. Remember, you may find many clues during an investigation, but not all of them are useful. And in some cases, the clues you will find will not only be useless, but downright misleading. Also, if the clues cannot corroborate anything on its own, you can always compare it with other clues, and maybe then you'll find what you're looking for. Okay, that's just about yours. I'm looking forward to your results.
Hold on. What is this as a result?
Usually, you need to find two things from these clues: a proven motive and proven meaning. Once you can confirm these two things, the criminal can be proven guilty.
Understand.
All right, you can go ahead and get started now. I look forward to hearing your verdict.
Oh, I forgot about this.
So, what did you find? Have you come to a conclusion?
Nothing yet. Nothing was in the
Sure.
file.
Let me know once you've made some progress. Hey, traveler. Investigating a case isn't so easy, is it? Don't worry. I'll tell you all you need to know.
What's Sango?
Sango, the Takataka clan really hired an amazing detective, didn't they? He comes to the station to submit applications every now and then, and has been constantly requesting to reinvestigate the Ryuji case. But Heizou has always prevented her from doing so. I really didn't expect that she'd go as far as writing a complaint letter, though. She's relentless. As for why Heizou Senpai has been keeping her away from the case, I think he's afraid that Sangha would be putting herself in danger. After all, we're talking about the murder of an important man. That can be deep water if you're not careful. Sangha may run a detective agency, but in the end, he's just an ordinary person. Well, not exactly. I've pretty much seen them argue every time they meet. But Heizou might still consider her as an old friend. I heard that he used to work with Sangha. Sometimes he asked me to hand over less pressing cases to the detective agency. I guess he just wants to support Sangha's business. Heizou Senpai is a good person, there's no doubt about that. Don't take anything Waikiki says too seriously. It's not a long.
Well, but Kasukaya, Osamu, and Ryuji.
Oh, that. Well, let me see. Ryuji Sakataki Kasu Isamu is his foster father. I can't say whether Isamu helped Ryuji without expecting something in return. After all, Isamu was a resourceful person. Simple and naive person like Ryuji wouldn't ever be suitable as an advisor, but he could certainly be a loyal and trustworthy aide. Isamu was expecting a child of his own race, but unfortunately, he was killed before the child was ever born. Anyway, enough about all that. Aren't you here to investigate the case? You better get a move on. Yeah, what did you find? Yeah, let me know what you get.
Let's see. Isamu, 21 years old, 26 manager. Both packed at the time of death, no visible trauma observed on the body. No sign of a struggle. The throat was congested and swollen. Profile. Cold before his death. Local ulceration was found in his stomach and his testes, caused by an old toxin found in his stomach contents. Stomach contents include partially undigested soft rice residue, small volume of fish liver paste residue, maintained, which is a highly concentrated fish liver extract, valuable nutritional supplement. Small volume of the cold venison residue contain a large amount of acided fruit and vegetable extract. Appears to be a small prepared medicine of the of forensic science. Small volume of the cow residue is found to be the same toxin discovered in the homes of Ryuji and Shiroyama. Cause death abdominal mucous membrane disease plus respiratory and circulatory failure triggered by the noble toxin. That's it. Here's the testimony. Waiting for the incident, Master Takatsu Kasa Izamu caught a cold and lost appetite. Rice was all he could eat, and he had been taking some special cold medicine. Right before the incident, he had yet recovered and was still busy with his work. So I was worried about his health when Dr. Shiroyama came to deliver the medicine. I spoke to him about a health supplement. Dr. Shiroyama said fish liver paste could help boost the immune system So I went to the forensic office and received someone and gave it to Master Takatsu Kasa. But the next day, really, Master Takatsu Kasa was so kind to me, I swear, I wouldn't even do that to him.
Come to think of it, Mama was a forensic doctor. You could pull out something like this.
I murdered Isamu. I poisoned his schoolmaster. So he appeared to be honest and honorable in public. In secret, he asked me to search out new type of poison and get rid of those who oppose him. He also said that if I refused, he would have me thrown in prison. He used my family to blackmail me. He left me with no choice. I killed him with a new type of poison that had someone purchased me at the International Trade Association. To protect myself, I later framed my colleague Ryuji. Oh yeah, so Shiroyama was the one who actually did it, bro. See, Bongo was right about Heizou fucking hiding the cave. So yeah. Not only it's a matter of time before the detective uncovers everything, I know that I made a big mistake and there's no accepting it now. Only death awaits me. I merely ask that my family be spared.
Hey, this is the key of proving that Kiriyama was the murderer, right? That is, if he was telling the truth, of course.
Can we talk to him now?
So, what did you...
Is it?
Yeah. You found the criminal's motive and used that quickly? Oh, awesome. All right. Let's talk about the motive first. What clue reveals the criminal's motive?
Kiriyama's testament.
Just Kiriyama's testament? Though he does have the confession of his motive, this alone is not enough. He could have been lying. We need evidence to prove what he said is true. Perhaps we could give it some more thought.
Yeah, both there.
Although Kiriyama's testament contains the confession of his motive, Ryuji's testimony cannot prove it. Perhaps we could give it some more thought.
Yeah.
Sure. Let me know what you think.
Okay. Sounds message. I know no place to show Yama's testament. After comparing the handwriting, it was confirmed that it had been written by the deceased Katsukasa Isamu. Kiriyama, don't tell me. I trust the things I asked you for is in progress. Paid a visit to your home today while you weren't around. Thankfully, your wonderful wife welcomed me and she's a fine woman. A perfect match for you. Your wife is 5 months pregnant, I believe. Fancy that, my wife too. I took the liberty of returning once more to provoke her with some help settlements, even help administer them to her myself. She was the most grateful indeed. You will be equally grateful to me, no doubt. Then don't keep me waiting.
How does the process and family seems like a plot description? But something about the tone sounds weird.
This is Suriyama. Suspect Suriyama, 22 years old forensic doctor, a subordinate of the deceased, Samu. Suriyama grew to resent his boss, Takasukaya Isamu, following conflict at work. He then secretly bought the bottle of poison to kill him in revenge. I used poison later upon inspect Suriyama's office. In his testament, he confessed that he planted the poison found in Ryuji's house. By the time of premeditated murder, Suriyama is hereby sentenced to death. Punishment cannot be carried out as the suspect ended his own life before the execution takes place. The policy be kept as evidence. Yeah, bruh. Wow. So, Suriyama was sentenced to death. However, before his punishment could, aka before his execution could even occur, he took his own life before the execution could actually occur. So yeah. Signed, Kudosara. Even though it's pronounced Sarah, for some reason I mistake it as Sarah. Because usually when it comes to Sarah, with or without the H. So yeah. Brings over Ryuji. Suspect. Oh my fucking god. The suspect, Ryuji, 20 years old. Daoshin, the subordinate of the deceased, Samu. Ryuji grew up with to resent his boss, Samu, following conflict at work. He then secretly bought a bottle of poison to kill him in revenge. Unused poison was later found in the suspect Ryuji's house. For the crime of premeditated murder, Ryuji was ordered to remain in temporary incarceration, awaiting trial. This file shall be kept as evidence. Signed, Kudosara. Toxicology report. Oh my god, I forgot that that's press X, bro. On the toxin that caused Isamu's death, an odorless, tasteless, and inert substance, soluble in water. Insoluble in substances has the properties of the synthetic toxin. It appears as fine, white, powdery substance in its normal state. The tentative name, white powder. So he's saying cocaine is one of the ingredients. You're essentially saying that cocaine, the cocoa, was one of the ingredients. Like, what the hell? Because that's the only thing to think of when it comes to white powder in terms of substance that was used. Sure, you got sugar, but when it comes to white powder as like a substance, it's usually the cocaine, bruh. Station has investigated the ledgers of the all domestic commerce guilds. No transactions recorded for such an item was found.
Is that a toxin? What's that?
It's blank, and the lexicon was full off 2 pages.
What's that in here? This must be some of the false information that Heizou told us to look out for.
Now we can talk. Unless there's more to find out. Nope. Nothing more to find out.
But here. Actually,
There.
according to the victim's message, the two have deep conflict. Although we cannot confirm whether the poison has been requested by the victim or not, it is true that he saw me use Kiriyama's family to blackmail. Such circumstances could be enough motive for Kiriyama to commit the crime.
But wasn't the consequence of his family good to Kiriyama? He knew that Kiriyama's husband was supplement. Maybe he didn't really believe in our supplement. Something bad.
Is that what you think, Simon? Well, we later found out that what Takachitasu's family sent to Kiriyama's house was indeed health supplements.
Wow.
But if you consider the circumstances, one sense wasn't important. What was important is that sending the supplement was actually a dangerous signal. Isamu was essentially implying, I can put anything in your wife's supplement at any time. If you really care about her safety, then get me what I want. And the murderer's motive is confirmed. Now, all that's left is the means of the crime. Now, this clearly confirms the criminal's means. So, what did you find? Have you come to a conclusion? Is this
No.
research mark? I don't see how it can explain anything. Perhaps you could give it some more thought.
Damn, I'll step out for stupid, bro.
Maybe you've seen enough files for the day. I'm afraid these two documents are completely unrelated. Perhaps you could give it some more thought.
I feel so fucking stupid, bro. Like, I'm not good at this type of shit, bro. I'm not.
Bingo! The autopsy report confirms that the cause of death was a special toxin. The testament indicates that Kiriyama used his position as a forensic expert to mix the toxin into the cold medicine taken by the deceased.
Yeah, I'm not good at this detective shit. That's why you'll never see me play Ace Attorney, bro. You'll never see me play Ace Attorney. Because I fucking suck at detective work, bro. Even though you do see me play Danganronpa, like, even then, sometimes I struggle. I feel like I struggle, bro.
But is that really the truth? Is it not possible that the toxin was mixed into the fish liver paste? Well, according to the toxicology report, this white powder only dissolves in water. Neither rice nor the fish liver paste could be used as a carrier of the toxin. The cold medicine was the only option. Putting the poison elsewhere would not only fail to guarantee a lethal dose, but would also increase the chance of it being noticed by the deceased. Therefore, the means is also confirmed.
But that's the motive for the crime, then. Oh, so the murderer really was Kiriyama.
Yep, pretty clear cut, wouldn't you say? Look, I really don't know what Saga was so suspicious of.
Yeah, it's pretty clear cut. Huh. You could say, how about too clear cut?
Wait, that's the question.
Well, let's hear them. Maybe I have answers. What's bugging you?
Why is some of the pages tear out when these different logs of these the first time?
That's also puzzling me. Maybe someone doesn't want us being privy to the contents inside, and maybe Kiriyama tore a bunch of pages out by accident. But regardless, this isn't essential to the case. Like I said before, a lot of what comes up in an investigation is irrelevant information. the crucial elements of Kiriyama's motive and meaning, which he had a plan.
The theology report was
Maybe the report was wrong. The International Trade Association was a gathering place for merchants from all over. Countless merchants for there to be a couple of missing records here and there.
It's on the fiction written by Sugawara. Ryuji and Kiriyama proved his mind. Why did find that?
The scene is really nice. Some marks for attention to detail. It doesn't have any real bearing on the game, so let me explain how that works for you. So, why would Madame Hanging sign one conviction sentencing Ryuji to temporary incarceration awaiting trial, and another conviction sentencing Kiriyama to death? You may have heard some rumors back at the station that when this case first came out, the Future Clan higher-ups were in dire need of a scapegoat to keep the Takashikasa clan off their back. And poor successful candidate. In less than a week, the conviction was drafted, sent to Madame Hanging and signed. Allegedly, she knew what it was about as soon as she saw it, and signed it with no questions asked. But anyone who buys this story clearly doesn't know that much about Madame Hanging. She's the most principled person in the entire Tenryo Commission for getting stuff.
Oh.
So, how would she respond to a case filled with unanswered questions and no confession from the suspect?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Before she signed it, she changed Ryuji's conviction from the death sentence to temporary incarceration. Ryuji escaped a disastrous fate without ever realizing it. Had Madame Hanging not changed his sentence, Sanda would have been seeking justice for a dead man. That's the wrong question. This wasn't about Ryuji, the Madame Hanging's principle. The conviction could have been for Ryuji, even a committee, and she would have made the same decision. Given the enormous pressure she was under at the time, I'd say she did the most she could. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Really? Did someone end up putting pressure on Tara?
The pressure came from all sides. The deceased was the leader of the police station and the rising star of the Takashikasa clan. All eyes were on this case. How this became reduced to the unimaginative rumor that Madame Hanging convicted Ryuji under pressure from her superiors, I have no idea.
Oh, my dear, conspiracy theories there. Why is it every turn?
Fortunately, Madame Hanging worked in an open and transparent manner. Paid no heed to rumors. She just rolled her eyes and forgets all about it.
I know.
But just because she has never publicly clarified the truth doesn't mean she was hiding it. So I asked her about it, saying it was relevant to a case I was working on. She just told me how it was. Believe me, in this case, more than any other, I took every last piece. Well, I've answered all your lingering questions, and you checked all the material the police station has. So, stay close.
You've seen everything that the police station has now. I see the
I don't follow. Enlighten me.
as a detective agency you told Songo, I disclosed everything in the police station on the case. When we started looking at the files, he said to us everything laid out here is all the police station has about the case. Now, you say again, you checked all the material the police station has.
Why do you keep emphasizing police station every single time?
You tell me. Why do I keep emphasizing police station every time?
So you're trying to hint that there is other information that the police station doesn't have.
So we're finally here, huh? I was starting to think our investigation was about to end a little early. That would have been a real shame. Can't lie. You finally found for my little guy. You're absolutely right. There is other information that the police station doesn't have. Reason being, it's my own evidence. And this evidence should help answer a couple of your questions more fully. Now that the research log from the Office of Forensic Science is left, and where did the white powder come from?
I knew you were keeping a secret.
For real. And even Songo knew that you were keeping secrets. So yeah.
So you have secrets too?
What? No. Actually, no. Definitely not.
Yes, you do.
Let's talk somewhere else. This isn't the best place for this discussion.
Good shit. Here it is.
This is a quiet spot. Let's stop here. Here's the secret I've been keeping all along. The torn out pages from the research log of the Office of Forensic Science.
Hey! Listen! I can't believe you kept this a secret all this time.
It's not what you think. I wasn't the one who tore out the pages. Look, just read it over first.
Acidic nutrients extracted from the subseta were mixed with the oil extracted from the fish liver. When the mixture purified, the formation of a fine powdery substance was observed. Over the course of a week, Forrest, whom the substance had been administered, suffered first from damage and diseased skin, followed by respiratory failure and death. Mixing the purification procedure was then repeated, by replacing the subseta with concentrated subsetia juice and the fish liver with concentrated fish liver paste. Large quantity of toxic substance is used. When Forrest was administered, the time of death was reduced from 1 week to a few hours. The appendix for lethal hours. Researcher Kiriyama.
Philip? You see, the method used by the perpetrators to commit this crime wasn't by putting the white powder in the cold medicine.
You played the fish liver thing.
Wait, what? Where did you get that answer up from? Second,
This mess with you. And the fish liver has mixed to form it.
that's correct. The white powder was Kiriyama's invention. As a forensic doctor, he provided a special cold medicine for suffocating and stomach. The autopsy report showed that this medicine contained a high volume of acidic fruit and vegetable extract. Then, these tricks were used in sending fish liver paste to suffocating and stomach. When the two substances were taken together, a toxic dose of the substance formed in the blood. Yes, it's a real modus operandi.
Awful. One is medicine, and the other one is scientific picking up supplements. What's completely harmless?
True, both are harmless on their own, but when combined, poof, that's it.
What did Kiriyama miss? This is testament. There was no need for him to hide
It
it.
was not him who wanted to hide, but the person pulling the strings behind him.
Hey, you did get out there?
Aren't you curious why I found these pages in the research log? It was in T.J. Takayuki's secret warehouse.
Wow.
After I found the missing pages, I just been digging around and found out that Kiriyama had worked for T.J. Takayuki before joining the police station. The T.J. clan secretly provided Kiriyama with funds to study forensic science. I guess you could say that T.J. Takayuki's investment paid dividends in this case.
Alright.
Of course, learned all of this after Division Hunter 2 came to an end. Shujo Takayuki had lost his grip on power, and the Tenryo Commission was undergoing a general reshuffle. To avoid coming under suspicion, Madame Shujo-sama put me in charge of building a case against Shujo Takayuki.
Alright.
I found a huge stash of fish liver paste in a secret warehouse. Nothing hugely incriminating about that, of course, but I still took the trouble to open each and every pack, until finally, I had to concede that this really was such a huge stash of fish liver paste. But then, underneath the floor tile, where the fish liver paste was stacked, I found a secret compartment with dates torn off research report lying inside.
Wow.
Let's review the whole case from the top. First, Takachikasa Isamu, for whatever reason, noticed Shirayama's comment at the point of extension, and asked him to develop a special poison on his behalf. But Shirayama was already working for the Kujo clan, so he refused. Takachikasa Isamu wasn't about to take no for an answer, and not proceed to the drug trial. He twisted Shirayama's arm by making a veiled step upon his hand. All Shirayama could do was to secretly report everything to Shujo Takayuki.
Alright.
When Takayuki learned what was happening, he instructed Shirayama to pretend to cooperate with Takachikasa Isamu, then kill the lady with the white powder once it was fully developed. Meanwhile, Ryuji's only role in this case was to deliver the fish liver paste to Takachikasa Isamu on Shirayama's order, completely unaware of the fact that he was being used as a pawn, and that this was a key ingredient needed to create the poison.
Wow.
After the incident, Shujo Takayuki hoped to make Ryuji his fall guy, until the death sentence was stalled when it reached Madame Shujo's saw. In the meantime, Sangha had begun her own investigation. Shujo Takayuki grew nervous that the truth would get out, so he threw Shirayama to the wolves, pounding him to death and erasing all traces of contact between the two. Next, he wanted to keep this secret formula, so he did. 3 guys talking.
You want to keep the secret
He
formula?
must have wanted to have it on hand just in case he needed to employ it again in the future, and maybe someone else could talk about it.
What does Takayuki think he is, Mr. Krabs? Like, what is this, like Mr. Krabs versus Plankton for the Krabby Patty secret formula? Ugh.
That would be practically impossible. One research log found in his warehouse doesn't prove anything. Even I can think of 100 excuses. It's not. Ryuji directly contributed to Takachikasa Isamu's death by delivering the fish liver paste. The fact that he was unaware of the true nature of the situation doesn't matter.
But he's still innocent, right? Isn't it just a coincidence? Well, doesn't have a wallet.
Legally speaking, the judge would most likely rule that it was accidental, but in practice, Ryuji may still have to end up shouldering some responsibility.
But basically, he's been hiding the truth all this time to protect the Ryuji.
Mental trauma doesn't heal as easily as physical wounds. My biggest worry is that Ryuji would struggle to cope if he knew the truth. He was an innocent child. He really gives his trust and his love to everyone that treats him now. I've always thought of Takachikasa Isamu as a father figure.
Oh, so that's why Heizou was hiding the truth from Ryuji and Sango. Because Ryuji was the one that was involved in the murder. He was actually involved in the murder. And he played a part in it. So he just did it just to protect Ryuji.
I'm pretty sure that to this day, he has never paused to wonder whether Takachikasa Isamu was actually a good person, or if Sango just hired him as a gopher, or why I left his calculating stuff. If he found out the facts about Bucket's account that you saw me, I'm afraid it would crush him.
So why are you really 16 saying?
Well, as you can see, I'm a little less confident than people might think. To prevent Ryuji from getting hurt, I covered up the truth. But by doing so, have I held him back? Did I do the right thing? I didn't turn to anyone for help, and everyone around me thinks I'm so smart, that I should just be able to handle everything on my own. Even if I try to discuss it with them, they just say, don't be ridiculous, Mr. Heizou, no problem's too difficult for you. But you're different. Unlike them, you don't have that kind of prejudice towards me. You've traveled far and wide, and have had all kinds of experiences. And that's what helps you a lot. Most importantly, my intuition tells me that you're someone special. That I can trust you, and that you can help me. So,
Right?
I'd like you to be the one to decide whether we should expose the truth or not.
Think what?
You don't need to tell me what you decide, and you certainly don't need to decide right now. Let's just say really big, tiny matter of you. Oh, let's head back to the detective agency. You can roll it over on the way. Once you've made up your mind, just tell Ryuji and Sango you're going.
Wow, this story loves to long for Heizou, bro. Huh? Guess this next part, I guess, is where we get like our last ending. So I guess.
Hey, traveler. Hey, Detective Heizou. You're back already, huh? I bet you're tired. Well, I just bought some for hot food. Care to join me? There's plenty for everyone.
We'd love to. What are you at the end of the doctor of our investigation, sir?
No matter what you were able to find, all in the past won't ever change. So I think we better chow down first. Besides, if Sango's not happy with the results, we might not have anything to eat later.
Come on, Ryuji, pipe down. Let's hear the cobbler's conclusion first. Okay then. Over to you, Heizou Traveler.
Don't worry. Just tell us your findings. Everything's up to you. As you are.
Yeah, I think this is where you get the exclusive branding. Let's see if we could tell them the truth, but let's go with this one first, bro. Here's some evidence. The truth does matter. Tell the truth about the Ryuji case.
But how? How could this be?
Huh. Oh, that really happened? Ryuji, I know it's hard to accept, but wait a minute. Sorry, Dad. I have crushed a stomachache. Sango, can
Of course. Take the lead if you need it.
Ryuji went away in a fluster.
Oh, I hope Ryuji will be okay.
I didn't expect things to come out like this. Just give him some time to himself. I think he'll eventually come to accept it. I'm still a little worried, though. What if he doesn't come to work tomorrow? Then we'll go to him. Don't you worry about that, Sango. You need some time to process all of this case.
Until the following day.
I'm at a loss for words right now. Please. Just leave me be.
Go, bro. Oh, okay. following morning. So, bruh. Because I'm finishing up both endings this time around, so yeah. Off the Congo.
Ah, you're here. Don't worry. Brady came earlier this morning. I guess you can handle a lot more than I thought. I was honestly worried he'd suffer a breakdown. But as of today, it seems he'll be fine.
Is he not
He
here?
went over to his Super Nogan shop to buy something.
Let's go find him now.
So, before you go, Heizou, I kind of understand now what you meant when you left.
Oh, really? I'm happy to hear you say that. All right. Time to find you.
Wait, are you going to say the reason?
What did Heizou say to you when he left the agency?
Now that I think about it, it's like a slap in the face. He said some things will always be more important than the truth.
Yeah, it turns out that some truth is best left hidden, bruh. Only some is best left hidden, bruh. It's some you really need to know because people. I know I know I sound like I'm gonna contradict myself, but I feel like that even though I feel like some truth should be hidden for the sake of some people, but at the same time, sometimes it's best to know the truth because people tend to hide the truth. That's why.
Look! There's Nancy! With a little kid, too! You think that's great?
What are you doing,
Come
Reezy?
on, Nancy. I was right there in handsome. I've never seen what he looks like.
Oh yeah, so this must be Isamu's daughter. So yeah. Never seen what it looked like. Well, that's actually because her father passed away before she was even born. Meaning that she'll never get to see who her biological father is. It's just sad seeing someone who grew up without one parent or both parents. Because that actually happens in real life. But yeah, there's some people out there who grew up with either only one parent or no parents. So yeah.
Of course. Wakashi Kakashi was a very handsome man. Also, it's not uncle. Call me brother.
Hey, you look so old.
Well, I'm still your brother.
Huh? How come?
Because he treated me like a son. Sure.
Huh? Who are you guys?
We're friends with your big brother Ryuki, and with your father too.
Oh, really? Yay! I can't wait to my daddy's friends today. Can we call some stories about Anna?
I feel like that has like why is it so like when it comes to kid characters, why do they always have the same celebration and always just do the same jump? Like that's because they're NPCs and they often recycle a lot of stuff when it comes to NPCs in terms of appearances and movements. Basically to not waste any money on people that isn't important. So yeah.
Sure. Why, I know enough stories about your old man that if I started talking now, you'd be all grown up before I finished them.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I don't want to go at you too much. Maybe when I'm 100. No, 200 years old. No, 300 years old. Yep, I'm going to wait until I'm 300 years old before I become a parent. So that I can make sure I finish all the stories
Except humans don't live that long, Chica. What the hell? Hold on a second, be right back. Yeah, I forgot to put this in the thing. Yeah, as I was saying, like, Chica, no human has gone to 300 years old. Bruh. For real. Sure, there might be some characters in this game that lived for hundreds of years, but only few and far between, so yeah. Like the Traveler and shit. Same types of principles. Something of one would be more important than two. I know that Catherine's over there.
And after other thoughts. Thank you for completing today's commission. Here is your reward.
Oh yeah, this thing. I forgot about that thing. What about that one final ending, bro? As you saw, there was two endings to that shit. One way, one where Traveler tells Leo to use and one where he essentially, when he eventually comes up to Hunger was wrong about Heizou. The murder was beat while young.
What do you know? I suspected that was the case. Please rest in peace, Masutaka Tsukasa.
No, impossible. Traveler, are you sure you kept every last file carefully?
Something I did.
Oh, no, you little, no. Did you know Heizou? You always communicating on the Traveler, did you?
Songo, no accusations without evidence, remember?
Bro.
Let's treat this out and the case is closed, Songo. Please don't send any more of your harassment letters to the Tenrio Commission. Well, I really owe it to you, Traveler. I'll be sure to properly thank you later. Until then, peace.
Hey, you're not going anywhere.
There's one secret that only we know of. Wow. Look like Songo wants to really whoop Heizou's ass. Look like I think has cost. And what cause you bring to Songo into today? Tell me more about it. Into Nate's death. It's a president agency that helps people figure out the truth behind the cases. Be it murder, banditry, criminal affairs, investigations, or pet searches, to handle any trouble you may have. I'm not making any consequences here. Of course, please relate to our services. I'm going to be cheap. Let's have payment ready before you come here. Anything. What do I have to say? Alright. Advice to you. Motion is the enemy of truth. And conscience is a burden of knowledge. If you aren't ready to handle the truth, do not cross the threshold of wisdom lightly. Unless someone. Family member lost in an attack by unknown deity. What interesting case. It's definitely a worthwhile case for our agency. It's not our. You'll obtain some clues from me them. That makes things easier. Tell me, what do you know about them? Hey, come closer. Don't. Let's not let anyone eat up or critical information. So you're going out to investigate? Well, gathering intelligence is usually the duty. So me slack off, no way. I think you just don't get it. Analyzing clues is painstaking work. As manager at the heart of everything, I just need to patiently wait. Put it in coming intelligence and analyze them. There's Ryuji over there. That's it for Heizou's hangout then. So yeah. Was it? Oh, Bennett and Lisa. I already have Lisa, so. But I don't think I have Bennett, though. So he's usually the most unlucky person in history, so yeah. Anyways, to end off the stream, we're gonna do the wish thing, so yeah. Let's see who we get. Wait to see who we get, though.
My name is Yensei.
Oh, Yensei. Alright.
And for the avoidance of doubt, no one else comes close. From commercial litigation to civil mediation to criminal lawsuits, I'm fully versed in every area of the law, and I guarantee you a quick and satisfactory conclusion to your case. My contact details? Where could I have this down? These are legit flaws, and it only rubs off if I write it on the back of your hand. I know. I'll just write it here on this close of this, whatever this thing is that follows you around.
That's pretty cool. Now we have Yonsei. So yeah. yeah, that's it. So guys, we're gonna continue chapter 3, act 6 in the next episode, guys. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye, TV, sign off.